This is Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel. How have we been? We over here, we're doing very, very well. I have something for you, but before I open the bag, my name is Angelo, your anchor. I told you that our president, Bola Tinibu, has gone viral internationally. Everybody is talking about Bola Tinibu. What has he done? What has he been doing? He was a former criminal, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. That's what everybody is saying. The president of Nigeria is an ex-convict and so on. This is something that we never wanted. This is something that we always wanted to prevent. Now listen to what I'm saying. I have an update from Britain, that is from UK, and this particular update is something else, because if you listen to this update, you know what I'm saying, that the president of Nigeria is now a topic of international discussion. Now, one George Galloway, a British politician and former member of the Parliament of Britain, and also he is presently the leader of the Workers' Party. Now, this man has come out to call out the president. Look at what he said. I won't give up until Tinibu is stripped of presidency. That is what this man said. I won't give up until Tinibu is stripped of presidency. The British politician, who was a member of the British Parliament, has taken a sudden and keen interest in Bola Ahmed Tinibu and has vowed to follow up on his criminal past and bring it to the forefront for the world to know. Mr. Galloway has also admonished the Nigerian judiciary to deliver a fair trial using the trending hashtag All Eyes on the Judiciary, which is a call to action for the judges presiding over the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal. In a tweet made via his personal Twitter account, the former member of the Parliament said, this is from his Twitter account now, that is George Galloway, "Truth is, if Nigerian bagman Tinibu hadn't threatened to invade Niger and have Africans murdering Africans for France and the US empire, he might never have caught my eye. I have many fish to fry, I beg your pardon, I have many fish to fry, but now that he has, and his backing chorus is in full song, I won't give up." This was the tweet on the official Twitter handle of George Galloway. He has vowed not to ever stop or not to ever give up until Bola Ahmed Tinibu is incarcerated and stripped of presidency. This is what we have been saying. We don't want a president that would have his character questioned by the world. We don't want a president that will be pointed at someone who is an ex-convict, you know. So this will go on and on until we see where George Galloway ends this whole thing. Now, second on my update list is something very, very important about the reactions of people on the ministerial list and the allocation of portfolios that has gone viral since yesterday. Now, the truth is, these reactions of Nigerians are very, very weird. In as much as there are lots of surprises that have bewildered Nigerians over the different designations of portfolio, it seems that the president, Bola Ahmed Tinibu, is reserving one ministerial position or portfolio for himself. Do you know what that position is? I think he's a Minister of Petroleum. He wants to act just like his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari. I told you that Wike will be made the federal minister of the FCT. Some of you thought I was blabbing. This is it. It has been confirmed. Now, in as much as there are lots of surprises, Festus Keyamo has nothing to do with aviation. Wike has nothing to do with the FCT. I think they have a plan. So, I think Bola Tinubu, since he has not announced the Minister of Petroleum, is reserving that particular position for himself. So watch the video so that you will know and confirm the availability of this statement I have just made, so you know I'm not blabbing. Stay tuned.
Well, it is one of hope and one of hoping against what appears to be the antecedents of these men and women that we appointed. There was plenty of surprises, and we are expecting that key performance indicators will be set for them and Nigerians will be appraised of it and begin to hold them accountable from day one, because we are in a very precarious situation. So many of them, you had Adela Alake, who is always about information and strategy, manning solid minerals. Maybe the president wants to get the resources from the solid minerals into the federation account. And of course, you had a Festus Keveyamo coming into aviation, when all we knew about him was his lawyering role, and of course his propaganda in the APC machinery for the 2023 elections. I mean, there are so many of them that you could just mention the portfolios that were assigned to them. But when you look at the Minister of Budget and National Planning, you'll be wondering where that's coming from. You could have had a John Eno, who was made the Minister for Sports or for Youth or whatever, coming in there because of his experience and capacity and background from the National Assembly days in appropriation. And of course, you had an Ali Party, who is now in charge of health and social welfare, which is quite a good one for him because of his antecedents, where he's coming from, and the fact that he abandoned an international job to come into that area. So Nigerians are looking forward to improvements in the health indicators in Nigeria. And of course, another challenge is that the Minister of Petroleum Resources, all we have are ministers of state. And it's like the president is reserving that portfolio for himself. We, judging from the experience of the previous Buhari's years, we're in trouble with that, because it's easy to call ministers to order rather than calling a president, to a sitting president, to order, because of the nature of the position he holds. Any attempt to criticize him will be looking at as if to say is more or less like treason. So we have more able and competent men and women ready and willing to take up that assignment, who should have been left to run the petroleum ministry full-time basis instead of leaving the main portfolio for the president. And of course, quite a number of other issues. Well, Wike did well in brick and mortar in Rivers State, but he has to come down from his high horse, as governors want to do. The kind of things they were doing in their states, he has to come down to communicate and talk with the people. Same with Dave Umahi, who is now the Minister of Works, who also needs to relate with people and do things in the normal way.
You've watched the video there, right? You heard the man. He actually said what is supposed to be said. I think the president has a plan. He wants to reserve the Minister of Petroleum for himself. So let's see how this plan unfolds. Now, finally, before I call it quits, I'll urge our viewers, don't forget to share our videos. Don't forget to like them. Don't forget to watch till the end. And also, if you're watching me for the first time, tap the notification bell so that you will be updated anytime I drop a new content. Then please don't forget to subscribe to this channel too, because by doing all this, you make us go viral, because these are the standards of YouTube. Finally, there is something happening in Imo State that I think you should draw your attentions to. Yes, far away Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, the governor, has been called to order because there has been a case in court, in the Federal High Court in Abuja, of one Chinonso Oba, who is also known as Nonsonkwa. This man is a journalist that works with a Catholic firm, because he made a particular statement through his report about the wanton killings in Imo State. Governor Hope Uzodinma had him picked. This is supposed to be a sort of injustice, because you can't pick a journalist who is actually doing his job. He is there to give updates. He is there to say what is happening. He is not there to submerge justice. He's not there to submerge the truth. So why are you picking him up? This man, Nonsonkwa, has been in police custody for the past 3 weeks, and he has not been charged to court until a move was made by his counsel to probe the police and the state. So they decided to charge him to court and said he was they charged him for unlawful cyber incitation or so, or thereabouts. Why is this supposed to be so? This is bad in a country where we're supposed to thrive on democracy, where everybody is entitled to his own speech, freedom of speech, and then we are picking up journalists because they are saying the truth. Is that what Nigeria is supposed to be for? So I would allow you to listen to Maxwell Okpara, Esquire, who is one of the counsel to Chinonso Uba, also known as Onosonkwa, so that you will hear the story from the horse's mouth. This is bad. Listen to this yourself.
And we are just calling the Inspector General of Police. He should not allow himself to be messed up by politicians. We can't continue in this manner. We are calling on the president to also call the governor of Imo State to order Senator Hope Uzodinma. We cannot continue like this. The issue is a journalist who is carrying out his lawful duty, Chino Soba, there in Owerri, simply because he made a comment about the security situation in Owerri, incessant killings of innocent persons in Owerri. The governor, through his commissioner for information, put up a very funny petition, and he was picked. Upon immediately he finished his broadcast there in Assumpta Cathedral, Owerri, he was picked. Blindfolded, his phone was collected, and he was moved down to Abuja here. Since 27th day of July, Nonsonkwa has been under police custody. They refused to grant him administrative bail on the purported grounds that they are investigating. All our efforts to make them serious is why they should grant him bail proves abortive, and we file enforcement of fundamental rights before FCT High Court, Vacation Court. And immediately police were served because they gave us a date when we were going to hear about, to hear the application for enforcement of fundamental rights. Police now quickly, immediately we served them on the 18th of August. Police quickly filed a charge, 2-count charge against Chinonso Oba, and brought it before this Federal High Court on claiming the issue of cyber crime, that the comments made by Chinonso Oba contravenes section 27 of Cyber Crime Act. But we are not against that. Now, if you watch the proof of evidence in this charge, you discover that the charge itself is empty. But we don't want to go into that because it's before the court. But what we are now asking is that we have approached the court, and what we are told now is that they will hear the arraignment. They will take the arraignment after vacation. And we cannot continue like this. Nobody can use court, nobody can use police to violate somebody's rights. If Chinonso Oba Nonsonkwa has committed an offense which is bailable, grant him administrative bail. He is working for a Catholic institution. You can release him to the Archbishop of Owerri Diocese. You can release him to the Reverend Father. You can remove him to his senator or to his House of Rep member. You can't just dump him in the police. As we speak to you now, Chinonso is having an ailment. Anytime he urinated, I went to see him yesterday, he's urinating blood. And they deprive him access to his medical doctors. And it's only a living that can face trial.
All right, I think Nigeria has passed that stage where journalists will be picked because they made updates that are true. All right, we ain't supposed to say lies or say things that are lies. So we say things, we confirm our information before we say them. So why would we pick up a journalist because he reported the truth about an occurrence in an environment? Please let us desist from this heinous and dastardly politics, so that we will we will transcend from the level of mediocrity and impunity to a very, very better level of transparency and social justice. Thank you so much for staying with us. I hope you enjoyed our updates together. See you next time. Bye.